Welcome back to Gun&ShotTV. This is Chris, and today we're going to be talking about a rifle I picked up, it was 3-4 months ago. Usually, I go to gun shops, stop in, see what ammo's in stock, whatnot, and sometimes, there'll be a little bit of a line or a wait. So I always shoot the shit with everybody else that's in line. I was talking to a guy, can't remember what I was talking about, but he was there doing something with a rifle. I thought he was buying a rifle. But then he went with somebody else, and I got helped and got my ammo, and I was walking out, and he was there in the parking lot walking out at the same time, and he had this box under his arm. And I was talking to the guy, so I said, "Hey, what'd you get in there?" He said, "No, I didn't get anything. I was trying to sell. I want to sell my bolt action and get an AR because of the election." And like I said, this is back in the summer, so he was a little bit premature. But he said they only offered him $250 for the gun. And I said, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "Well, it's a Savage Trophy Hunter XP in 308. And I figured if they only offered him $250, it's got to be worth more than that. So I said, "I don't know if it'll help you much, but I'll go $300 for you." And he said, "Oh, that's great. I'll take $300. So did a little bit of research. Had to do the state law weight thing and all that stuff. Gave him a deposit of $100 and said, we'll meet up tomorrow and do the paperwork and do everything. But it ended up being, it's a Trophy Hunter XP, and the Savage models are kind of weird. They have, the Axis is the really cheap one. It does not have an AccuTrigger. It's got some plastic pieces. There is the Savage, like Model 10, Model 11, Model 12, and those, a lot of them have AccuTriggers, but I mean it's different, and you got to kind of look up specifically what you're looking at. So this one, the Trophy Hunter XP, it's kind of a hybrid of a couple different things. Now it's a model. It says on the box Model 11 or 111. Now what that means is, depending on the cartridge, there's different action lengths. So this is 308, so it's the short action, and so it's a Model 11. Now the longer action is the Model 111, and that goes for all their guns. Like the Model 10, there's a Model 110, the Model 12, there's a Model 112, all that stuff for the action sizes. But what this is, it's a Model 11 in 308. It's got an Axis plastic magazine. So it's got a cheaper magazine, and it's got this kind of cheap, kind of wonky bolt release here, but it does have the AccuTrigger, and it comes in a package with a Nikon Scope. Now, it's not branded. It just says Nikon. It does not say Pro Staff or any of their different models. So it's kind of a toss-up what the scope is. But it's a lifetime guaranteed Nikon scope, and it seemed pretty clear when I shot it. I didn't shoot a lot. I mainly just got it to help the guy out, and I thought it was a really good deal. He ended up sweetening the pot, and he threw in 3 boxes of hunting ammo and 2 snap caps in 308. So it was a really good deal for me, and he got the money he wanted. But the magazine holds 3 rounds, plus 1 in the chamber if you want. And it's got a safety right back, thumb safety back there. It does, like I said, have the AccuTrigger, but it's got a plastic stock. In this bolt release down here is kind of a not as common Model 11. Usually the Model 11s have the bolt release up here. So you're going to have problems getting stocks that are compatible. I think they've started coming out with some. But I didn't buy this because I wanted to trick it out. I just kind of wanted to use it as is. One thing that is really cheap, a lot of people complain about on this Trophy Hunter XP model, is that the scope rings are cheap. I don't intend to shoot this that much. I don't really care about the scope rings. I did Loctite the hell out of them and make sure they were snug so it doesn't move around. But other than that, I just mainly bought it to have a 308. I've got some buddies out west. If I ever go out there and I want to do something, some long-range stuff, I thought it'd be nice just to have a beater 308 that's cheap, that I can shoot cheap ammo in and not care about. But from everything I've seen, other than the fact that the stocks are a little flimsy and not super precise, these are actually really decent guns. And instead of the $600, the $300 I got this one for, I think it was a really great deal. I really had my heart set for a while on a Ruger Hawkeye in 308, but I never found one for $300, so I ended up settling with this one. But I'm really happy with the gun. I think it works well. Now I don't really have a a great zeroing process on this. I really, like I said, I think I shot a couple rounds through it just to make sure it worked and put it away. I'm not much of a hunter. I don't have the land to hunt, but I am going to throw some rounds down range. I've got some interesting targets today. I've got some cans of pop, which we'll see if I can even hit. Like I said, I didn't zero the scope. I have some pumpkins that are kind of rotty. I already hit with a shotgun. And I have a can of Hunt's tomatoes. It's one of the big gallon cans or whatever. So that should be an interesting, if I can hit it. Like I said, I'm not much of a high power rifle shooter as far as I'm probably out of practice, and I don't know if I'll be able to hit it even this close. I'm pretty terrible. So, but I'm going to shoot a few rounds and we'll see what we can hit here. Now the safety is kind of interesting. It's a 3-position safety. There's safe all the way back and the bolt is locked. Middle, and you can still work the bolt, but the trigger won't work. And then there's all the way forward, and now the trigger works, the bolt still works. But to load it, you can either load it through the action, or you can pop your magazine out. And you're just going to pop your rounds into the mag here. And for anyone who gets that upset about the sling, it was a sling I got for $3 at Tractor Supply. I didn't actually pick it out because it's pink. You know what? I miscounted. This actually takes 4 rounds in the magazine. That's kind of dumb on my part. So you can get a total of 5 rounds in it if you put one in the chamber. So I've got my 4 rounds in my magazine. Got my $3 pink sling. I'm sure you guys love. And we're going to see if we can hit these pop cans back there. Swing and a miss. So now I have my Hunt's tomato sauce, or canned tomatoes. I'm not 100%, but I intend to shoot it. See if we can get some more rounds into it. So I'm going to go for my pumpkin next to my Hunt's can. So there you have it, the Savage Trophy Hunter XP and 308. And like I said, it's actually a Model 11. It's got the Accu-Trigger, but it's got like the Axis magazine and the kind of weird bolt release setup, I think is off an Axis. So it's kind of this weird hybrid. But for the money, I think it's a really decent gun. You know, if you wanted to hunt a lot with it or whatever, you might want to go with a better set of rings. And the scope for being part of the package is not a bad scope, and it is lifetime guaranteed. So I kind of feel good about it. If it does manage to break, we'll just send it back into Nikon. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know how well the shooting came out. I'm not doing my best right now, and it's kind of dark, but hopefully you caught some of the stuff I shot. But for Gun&ShotTV, this is Chris. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.